Hello everyone, it's Carol with Scrap-a-Dub-a-Doo Crafts. Today we are going to be working with the Sizzix Passport Mini. I have a friend of mine who is expecting a little girl in a little while, and so we're going to be making a baby mini. And I'm going to be using the Heaven Sent from Prima. Let's get this party started. That's right, Miss Linda. Let's get going. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the spine. There's a few things. I have one of the dies. Hi, Bunny. Hi, Crafty. Hi, Mermaid. I have one of the dies left in the store that we're going to be using today. But if you don't want to buy the die, then I have cut these out and have them available, all cut out and ready to go. So that is what we are going to be working with today. And like I said, we're going to be working with the Prima Heaven Sent. So what you get when you buy it cut out is you get 2 of the covers, you get the spine, and you get 6 of the inside folders. And that's just perfect for making this book. It makes it... Oh, crud. Okay, hang on. So here is the link to the ones that are cut out. Let me get the ones for the die. And I know I only have one of the die left. But if you're interested in the die rather than the pages or the cutout one, then I can order more of them in. So there you go. There are the links. And I can also put up the link to the Prima Heaven Sent, or you can just go in the store and find it. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to paint the spine. And I have the Folk Art Home Decor Chalk, and this is available in the store. And we're using the salmon color. Hi, Mildred. And this, it dries pretty good on the chipboard. Thought I'd do it earlier, but we'll have time to let it dry while we cover the covers. And this salmon color really matches the paper quite well. And I want to bend this so that I can get some paint down in the cracks here on the side. And this will kind of help it make it be a little bit stronger too. I want to get all the ends and pieces. It does cover really well. I have used it on canvases. I've used it on canning jars. I love the effect that it has on canning jars. And I've used it on chipboard, and as you can see, it covers really well. And I am going to cover the inside because you will see these as well. And there are several different colors in the store. And it goes a long way. Uh-oh, did somebody get it? Let me know if you want one. If you want the die instead of the cutouts, let me know, and I can get some more ordered and have them in next week. So just send me an email at scrapadabadoo@comcast.net, and I will make sure that I get them ordered. We've had them in the store for quite a while, and I've used them. I've used this one once before on a project. I made a travel journal for my nephew and his wife, because when they got married, they decided they were both going to quit their jobs and spend a year traveling around the world. And they have been to every continent. Okay, so let me get this cleaned up. It's not chalk ink, Barry. It's chalk paint. And it doesn't have, it's more of a matte finish to where it's not shiny. I'm going to run out and put this in water. I will be right back. There's something purple on my mat. I must have used this mat to spray and didn't clean it off. So we'll get it cleaned off now. Bunny, this is... I think so. Let me see. This is a chalk finish. It is not chalkboard paint. There's a difference. There is a chalkboard paint, which you can write on with chalk, or there is a chalk finish paint that gives it a chalky finish, but it's not a chalkboard, so you won't be able to write on it. So your answer is no, Bunny, you can't. Hope that helps. Okay. So we're using the 8x8, and I'm going to use the cute little dots for my covers. And I'm just going to put my trusty Pioneer glue stick. Has anybody else tried the glue stick and like it? So I'm just going to glue this down. For writing on it, you want to find a chalkboard paint, and that will give you the ability to write on it. I have some chalk here. After we get done, we can test it and see if you can write on it with chalk. In fact, before I started, I painted a piece of chipboard with a piece of it so that I could make sure that it would match the paper and give me the color that I wanted. Okay, so here's the little test piece that I had. Let me find a piece of chalk here. I have chalk. Let's see if we can write on it. So you can write on it. But let's see if it erases. It does, but you can still see the outline of it. It kind of goes away. So, maybe you can. That is the key to using the glue stick, is to make sure that you get plenty on your edges. Okay, I'm just going to take my knife and cut around the edges. With gel pens, and it takes stamping on archival. But then it would make that permanent, right? It wouldn't make it to where it would have that chalkboard finish to where you can write on it and wipe it off, right? Okay. I think we were talking about a chalkboard finish, though, so that you could write on it. And we do have chalkboard paint in the store. I think we've got a brown left. Uh-oh. Okay, so now I'm just going to give the edges a quick sanding to get them even and get the corners rounded. Thanks, Steven. I'm not into all that mixed media stuff, so I don't know what works well with what. Bunny, I saw your pictures of your jelly plate art yesterday on Facebook. Looks like you had fun. Okay, so now I'm going to pick out one that I want for on the inside. And these papers are really sweet. I think, yeah, I'm going to use the green for on the inside. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to put glue on it. I tried the jelly plates once, but I am not one to have goopy, gooey stuff on my hands. So it didn't work well for me. Yeah. Were you doing that on your dining room table, Bunny? I like neat and clean crafting. Went to Prima Art Venture one year before CHA. And several of the classes were mixed media. And although they were outside of my comfort zone, I did learn quite a bit. But it didn't kick that in. So I still don't. I like doing canvases and that kind of mixed media, but as far as, all the paints and stamping in paints and that kind of stuff, I just have never gotten into it. And I've seen some wonderful things done. I know Ashley does it, and she has a ton of fun. And she does some pretty neat things with it. So we're just going to cut those out and give it a quick sanding. Glue stick is about as messy as I get. Xander does too. Xander does fabulous things with it too. I think that's my problem too, Crafty, is not knowing when to stop or stopping too soon, and it just looks incomplete. And I've done some canvases that I like, but not with all the paints, and I can't get some of those mediums, like stenciling with paint. Mine come out looking like a blobby mess. I can't lift the stencil up or get it under there or whatever. But mine look horrible when I'm done. And believe me, I've tried. Well, we finished our patio. And it is fabulous. We put a diamond glaze finish on it over the weekend to seal it up, and so now when the sun comes out and shines on it, it looks like I have diamonds in my patio. So one of the things that we needed to do was, it's all, one big project that leads into another. And of course you've got to make a mess to clean one up. And so we had got junk come in and haul out all of the old concrete from the old patio. And let me tell you, I mean, it might be kind of pricey to get rid of stuff. And I don't think it was, because for us to have to lift all that concrete, some of those pieces that were in there were probably, 150 pounds. And just to have them be the ones that lift it and haul it away, it was worth every penny we paid. It doesn't, Mermaid. It stays kind of cool. Or at least it has, but we haven't had any really hot days. Okay, I'm just going to ink the edges. And I am inking using Vintage Photo. I'll have to get back to you on that one, because we really haven't had any hot days since we put it on there. Oh, I've got so much paper. I could probably stand on the street corner and give bundles of it away and never make a dent in what I have. But, so one of the other things that we needed to do is we wanted to move a fence that was on the back corner of the house, and we wanted to move it to the front corner. So we started working on that Saturday and finished that up on, well, yesterday we finished that up. And so now we're looking at building another shed on that side of the house to put our yard tools in. So we've still got mine too. Vintage Photo is my go-to. It's my go-to. Okay, so the paint is dry. And I think before I add the covers to it, I'm just going to ink around the edges of this too. And it holds the ink really well when you ink it. It doesn't lift off. That's too funny, Maggie. I know. I want it all too. But then I look at what I have and what I haven't used, and I keep telling myself, put the paper down, Carol. Put the paper down. But then it comes in and I touch it and I feel it. And it's like, oh, someday I'll use it. I know I will. Okay, so we've got our and we're going to put our covers on, and they go on the inside, of that. So I am going to get score tape. I use black soot quite a bit too. Hi, Linda. So I'm going to put this one as close as I can to the crease. And then I think I'm going to, and look and make sure that you're, if you have a directional paper, that you are putting it, and I'm going to put this a little further out so that I can catch both pieces. You're going to put it on the right way. Yes, Crafty, they are cut from medium weight chipboard. And it is cut out and in the store. And you will get all of the pieces that I'm using for the book and pages. They do, in little brag books. Okay, so then I told you that, and then I did it wrong. Shoot. Let me see if I can get this to come off without ripping the paper. No, I can't. Crud. I needed to put it on the other side. I'm going to ruin my back. But you know what? I'm just going to do it, and then I'm going to put another whole piece of paper on this one. Because I needed to put it on that side, not this side. Okay, so we're going to recover this. Way to go, Carol. But have no worries. You can put 2 layers on it. Yeah, I don't have any undo, and it's all sold out in the store, I think, so we're just going to go with a no piece of paper. I'll have plenty. It is amazing how fast that undo sells out. And we'll see. I had a lady from Canada order it, and I packed it and sent it. So we'll see if Canada... no, it tears the chipboard if you try to do that. So... we're just going with another piece of paper. So we'll see if Canada lets it go through or if they yank it out of the package and confiscate it. That'll be interesting because it was my understanding that you couldn't ship it outside of the U.S. But she ordered it and I thought, well, I'm going to try it. If she writes to me and tell me they didn't let her have it, then we will know. No, you say only glue stick, but this is a good glue stick. That's why I use it, because the paper won't come off after you put it on. You haven't used my Pioneer glue stick. You don't know what you're missing. Are they on strike? They haven't gone on strike yet, have they, Jean Marie? Because my Canadian sales has still been pretty good. So I didn't think that they had gone on strike yet. Well, I hope they get it figured out. Okay, so instead of taking that chance again, I'm just going to put a thinner piece of score tape on the edge here. That way I'll get it right. We've probably been negotiating that long, Margaret. It's been a long time since the U.S. Postal Service has done anything like that. Linda, they will be in Friday. I have them on order, and they will be in with the the Crazy Dog stamps. The Crazy Dog stamps will be in on Friday. The mini cats and dogs have already come in, so for those of you that just ordered the mini ones, I've already sent your shipping invoices to you. But for those of you that have ordered the Crazy Dogs, those will be in Friday, so you will probably see your invoice on Monday. Because usually my FedEx doesn't come in until late on Friday. Okay, so we're going to line this up, making sure we're top to bottom, and making sure we have the right side of it done. So I don't know, I'll move it a little bit, but my head will probably get in the way. So pardon the gray hair. And we're just gonna, yes, and those of you that pre-ordered the Graphic 45 Christmas St. Nick, that is shipping out probably this week. I don't have an ETA on the other two. It seems strange to me. They usually always ship all of it together. So to make sure that my ups and downs are the same. And the eye covers line up. You don't want to put them right on the edge. You want to back them off just a little bit. Bunny, that should be in this week as well. It all got ordered. It seems like they're slow. Now, Heartfelt has another snow release. And I'm not sure if anyone was wanting that. Okay, so now we have the cover. And then we can start adding our inside pages. And so the way I do it is there's 3 places for signatures on the back. And so I stack 2. I got it right. Just takes me a minute. Yeah, I've got that ordered for you, Bunny. I wasn't real impressed with this release from Heartfelt Creations. Oh, and I forgot to ink. Who let me forget to ink? Okay. So, now these are both top, and these didn't matter. Okay, so I am going to use the silk, and we have this in the store. Margaret, can I make you a moderator so that you can snag the links? It's not letting me do that. There it goes. Okay. Auntie Maggie, I have made you a moderator, so if you could open up the store and snag the links. And put them up. And this is the white silk ribbon. And I have somewhere on my desk a large hold where did it go? Needle. And that's what I'm going to use to put the pages on with. And this ribbon just laces right onto it. And so I'm going to put it in the book back first. And then through this, back through, and through the hole. Which side? Okay. Then I'm going to pull it back through. Cut it off generously. And then tie it. And we'll hang fun things from it when we get done. And I chose this silk because when you tie it in a knot, if I could get my finger out, it actually keeps a tight knot. in it to where it doesn't loosen up and fluctuate around. So drop my needle, girls and guys. And then that way you have a nice little pink ribbon on the inside too. Okay. Thanks, Steven. I think Steven knows the store front and back, because when I post something, if I've made a typo or something's wrong, he'll email me and say, hey, you put the wrong picture with this, or you've got a typo on this. And sure helps to have someone that's looking out for you that way. We have found quite a few mistakes, huh, Steven? Now, if you want to, you can also spray this ribbon to match. It takes the sprays very well. Hi, Ashley. Thanks for joining us. How's Mark doing? That's good. I know Dan comes home every night and asks me, have you heard any updates on Mark? And I'm super excited because, you know, my kids went to Maui. And while they were there, they got to go and have their picture taken with Barry's birds. And they brought the CD back with them with all the pictures on it. And I confiscated it. And I had one of the pictures made into a large, like 16 by 18 canvas for my daughter-in-law for her birthday. See? Now we got them all on there. I'm going to go ahead and kind of trim them a little bit, but I want to kind of leave them a little long so that if I want to add stuff to it, I can. So I'm just going to trim them off. So easy peasy. Now we've got them all of our pages in the book, and now we can go ahead and start. I think I want to decorate the cover first. Don't you think that would be fun? This might take us a couple weeks to get this one done, but I just really thought it would be a cute little brag book for her. So in the back of this collection, there are stickers. And then there's other they're almost like a chipboard. They're heavier than the paper. They're almost kind of like they're on a chipboard. And I think what I want to use is this one right here with the little bunny that says Heaven Sent on the front of it. We're going to go ahead and cut that out. Y'all still here? No, I don't want it that big. So I'm going to trim it down as close as I can to the images. I think that'll work. Okay, so I'm going to grab some chipboard so we can pop it up on chipboard. I like this cute little bunny. And my glue stick. And grab a piece of scrap paper here. So it sounds like they're back to pounding. Can you guys hear it as loudly as I can? Sounds like it's right outside my window, but it's not quite. Okay, good. I think I grabbed the double thick chipboard. It feels like it when I'm trying to cut through it. Oh, good. We have one neighbor by us that likes to play his music really loud on the weekends. And, you know, sometimes we like to just go out in our backyard and listen to the birds and relax. And his choice of music isn't our choice of music, but we can hear it over everything we do. And Dan sometimes kind of gets a little cranky with it. And so I said, you know, the neighborly thing to do would just be to go over and nicely, you know, tell him that we don't want to listen to his music and ask him if he'd turn it down. So he finally did the other day. Went over and talked to the guy, and he was so nice and turned it down, and he hasn't had it up that loud again since. So I told Dan, you know, sometimes it's just a nice thing to just go over and ask somebody, because they don't know if you don't tell them. So I think that makes it so cute. I don't even know if we need anything else on there. I don't know if I want to add any flowers or just leave it at that. I think that's really kind of cute. What do you guys think? Maybe we can go back and decide later. Maybe put a few flowers or something actually on this part of it. But that might make it a little too bulky. So I'm just using some quick dry glue. I'm just going to put it right in the middle. Oh, that's a good idea. Let me see if I can get my chomper to work on that. Good job, Crafty. Nice catch. Oh, I'm getting glue all over. That's okay. I'll wipe it off. Oh, the chompers even work on the double thick chipboard. Good catch. I told myself I wanted to do that. There is so many possibilities for this die. I like that. Okay, so one of the other things that I was going to do, so that there's more places for photos in here, is we got these dies in from Spellbinders, and they are these nifty waterfall dies. And so they actually cut out your waterfall pages for you, and they cut them out with the folds in them to where you can fold them and add them together. So I thought at the beginning of each one of these I would add a waterfall. So on the first page of every signature we have a waterfall. And let me wipe off my chompers because I know I want to use those. I love the eye. I could never get the waterfall to line up. And so when these came out, I thought, oh, I have to have them. So there's two different designs. One has the tag and then the zigzag. And then this one has a decorative tag and then the rounded scallop on them. So there's two different ones. There's number 1 and number 2. Today I am using the number 2 one. Now we did get the chomper that has the 2 angles, and what I like about the 2 angles is that when you're doing a photo mat and you want to do the angles on your photo mats, the 2 of these will line up together because they're staggered to be that. So let me make sure I'm doing this the right way. Okay. I'm going to just round the top corner of the first one so that it also matches. And you can fit 3 of them on this little page, but you got to start right up at the top. Tammy, what? Okay, so I'm just going to put... What are you yelling about, Steven? So I've turned it upside down so that I can make sure that I'm going to get it lined up with the top of the page. And get it straight across. And then we fold this one over. Oh, Tammy. Timmy Titro has new dies. Now in the second one you really don't have to round the edge. Yeah, Sizzix has a whole lot of dies that are coming out. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this on this one and get my pages to where they're lined up. And I can see the bottom edge of the first waterfall. And then I'm going to press this one down. That way I know my pages are lining up. I'll have to look and see what she's coming out with. So I did a tag, a scallop, or a zigzag, a tag, and then a zigzag on this. And again, I'm going to line my pages up so that I can make sure that they're aligned and not going to lay crooked. And just set it right at the very edge. And then press it down. And so see how those three fit perfectly on that page. So you can get 3, and then we'll have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we'll go back through and cover that with paper. And I think once you get it in there and get it all scored down and pressed in, they'll go ahead and lay flat. So, and it doesn't add much bulk to that. So let's go ahead and put all of them on each one, and then we can go back and start covering our pages and decorating. So now this one, I wanted to go with 2 tags and a zigzag so that they're opposite. Should I tell him to go over and tell them to quit making noise? They need to come back later after we're done streaming. It's really funny to watch or listen to younger guys, workers like that, roofers, because they were talking about dating and trying to meet someone through some of these online things, and it's really funny to listen to them. Okay, so we're going to start with a tag. I think these waterfall dies would be fun just to make an album on their own. And I want to... got the first one done. Now we're going to work on the second one here. And again, I'm going to turn it upside down so that I can line it up to the top. And it doesn't have to be, right up to the top, but you want it as close as you can get it. So, and you can see how I'm lining it up just to the bottom of the one that I put in. I'm going to hold it there. Make sure that the pages are lined up and press it down. once again, making sure the pages are even up top, and then press them down. So there's our second set. You can see these go pretty fast. And then we're going to go back to the zigzag. Get some of this tape stuff off of here. Zigzag tape, tag, and then zigzag again. And that will increase the space that we have in the book. Because you know, somebody can't take just one picture of a baby. Y'all still here? Just concentrating. These dies, I think, I was excited to find out that they would fit perfectly in this little album. As far as the size and width. Ooh, Linda, you got some snoring going on there? Hi, Iffy. Okay, so we have all of our insert pages in there. So now we can start figuring out what we want to do to cover the pages. And I think what I want to do is pretty much just go through and make photo mats to put on these. And then leave little spaces where they can write on them. And then go through and maybe do the same thing here. Now, if you have the die, you can actually go through and cut your paper, and that way it'll line up right to it, or you can just measure it and do that. So let's start just covering our pages here. And I don't want to cover them all. I mean, cover them completely. So I probably want them to be about 3 by 4.5. So first thing I'm going to do is see if I can get that out of the pieces that we used. Ooh, it's going to be close. So if you're doing this and you do your covers, you want to make sure that they're all the way down to the edge, because that will give you the 3. Sometimes when you're that close with your trimmer, it just wants to shave it off and not really actually cut it off. Having puppy dreams. By 4.5. Okay, and then looking at it, I'm going to put it up here, and I'm going to round my corners, and I'm going to use the 1/4 inch round. And I'm just going to do the 2 front sides. And that looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and I'm going to use this one. And I don't have enough left of that one, so let's get another sheet because I do want them to match. I think I'm just going to keep them matching on each side. It's easier on my brain that way. I'm going to cut it 3 this way. My 4.5 this way. And then I'm going to round the outside corners, but I did it wrong. They're not going the same way. So I want it to be 3 this way. No. Hang on. Yep. 3 this way by 4.5 this way. That way they're going the same direction. Hi, Galena. How are you? And then we're going to round just the 2 outside corners. Hi, Vicky. How are you? I am good. Then we're just going to center these on the page. And then you want to make sure these two line up. And then we'll just work on captioning, because most of this is going to have little photos in it, so there's not much room for embellishments. I could go back through. I'll get some light pink paper and probably make some photo mats. They're not going to hold the traditional 4x6 pictures, but a lot of them they have are those little selfies or little pictures and that kind of stuff. So if we just cover the papers, most of it's going to be done like that, and we can put a nice front caption on this. Galena, I fought Barry when she said you have to have an ATG gun. You have to have an ATG gun. And I said, I don't want one. I'm fine with my little, I had these little, and I still use them, but these great little things. And then I realized that the things that I've used this on is having to go back and tape them down again because the tape didn't stick. It didn't stay. And they were only a couple years old and they were already starting to lift the paper away, so it wasn't very good. So, got paper on that one. Snag another paper. Let's do, I'm going to skip back a couple pages. And then we're going to use the bubbles. And all of these are going to be cut pretty much the same. They do. They run out really fast. And my ATG gun lasts. So we're going 3. That is 3 by 4.5. And that is 4.5. So that must have been the one I cut wrong. And they're expensive too. So, you know that we have started a Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo ATC Facebook page, a group. There were so many that loved the idea of trading the ATCs, but it was a lot to have to do for a big group. So we thought it would be fun to start a group where you could just message people and set up swapping with one another without being in a great big group swap. And then you could set your own rules, you could say what it was and that kind of thing. Because I know we had the pocket letters and that was fun, but I found that I don't have the kind of time that I want to take to make they're basically ATC cards that go in your pocket letter. But I do have time when I'm done with a project and the scraps that I have just cut out a bunch of ATC size chipboard. And when I get done with a project, making the little thank you cards or things like that, then I'll take whatever I have left and throw them on an ATC card, and then I'll have some to send out. Are you not doing any crafting at all, Galena? Or have you never done crafts? I know that feeling. I think we all go through times where we just can't seem to put it together. So I need it to be 3 this way. Or no, yeah, 3 this way. I want to make sure. Okay, we're going to go this way with it. I want this part up here. Galena, sorry to hear about your friend. That's horrible. I'm not going to quite make 3 on this one. Or this one. You know, it's like that after they had the shootings here at our local school. I just felt so devastated. I can't cut that bunny's head off. Can't bring myself to do it. So this one, since they're the same, I have to make sure that I do the right corners. Get as many of these pages covered as we possibly can. Bye, Ash. See you soon. Give Mark our love. Tell him we all send a big yay that he's feeling better. Oh my gosh. Aren't those papers just adorable? Aren't those just cute? Oh my gosh. So cute. Okay, so this one I only need one piece for. So let me see if I have a back of one that I haven't used. I didn't use the green, so I'll use the back of this one. And that'll be cute. Iffy, you're not in our Facebook group? Why not? We're a fun group. And y'all ought to sign up for the newsletter too if you haven't signed up for the newsletter. I try to send it out every week. Last week with doing the patio, and we had one of our exchange students from Japan that lived with us for several years while he went to college came back and brought his wife and daughter, and so we poured our patio on Saturday, and we were still in a huge mess from that, but we cleaned it up the best we could, and then we had a big barbecue here at the house with the family so that everybody could see him and his wife. And so not only were we doing that, we were having parties at the same time, so I kind of felt myself just falling behind. And so I thought, well, I've got to give up something. So I decided I had to not do the newsletter last week. Can someone grab the link to our Facebook page and put it in? Okay, so that blue looks good, and then we'll put something decorative here. So let's zip through these. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 more to fill this puppy up. So let's do this one. We'll do one of these. And some more polka dots. And then we'll do the babies on the other side. And then we'll do one of these. We'll make sure that we get the decorative ones on each one. And then we'll do the back side of this one. So we've got some cutting to do. Let's see if that's enough. Bye, June Marie. Talk to you soon. Got about another 20 minutes to go. So I really want this balloon on one page. So that will work. How cute is that? And then I want these deer on the other. I think we're going to end up without the shoes, but I think we can use the shoes as a embellishment on one of the pages. Vicki is in our ETC group. Are you on our Facebook page too, Vicki? Aren't these papers great? So we're going to put those two on a page. I'm going to cut things out. And then all these little pieces, I think we can go back in and make some, what do I want to call them? Mats for pictures, photo mats. Well, be sure to join our Facebook page too, because starting in September again, we will be starting back in on our bi-weekly challenge. And that's always a lot of fun. Margaret Helderson helps me out tremendously with that aspect of it. I was just telling them that we're going to start back in September with our bi-weekly challenge. So 1, 2, 3. I think oh. Huh. Yes, Vicki, they are in the 8x. These are all the 8x8 pad. Now there's also a 2 pad. There's a 12x12 pad, and there's 4x6 journaling cards and 3x4 journaling cards as well in this collection. There's a lot of different pieces to this, but with this book I thought that the 8x8 would give us plenty of what we needed for this size book. Okay, so let's start putting them in and see what we got here. So now you want to make sure that when you're chomping your corners, you get the right corners chomped. So there's that side. And then we want to do the opposite side. Most everyone here is already in the Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo group, aren't you guys? And then if you go in through the store, there's a place in the store that you can sign up to get our newsletter. And it typically goes out every Wednesday. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. So this one won't matter, so we can chomp them both together because you can flip one up and flip one down. Okay, that's good. We got enough for the full set. This one doesn't matter, so I can chomp them together. Oh, yeah, that'll be okay. Yeah, it's not gonna matter. Because they both go up and down. And then that'll leave me one of these for on here. Oh, that's so cute. And then the other one, did I? Yep, I did. For on here. Oh my gosh, those are so cute. I just love that. Okay, so now we're just going to go back through and ink and put them on. And that should give us the day. And then I might just very well follow Gwen next week so we can finish it up. Is that too long of a day for you guys when we do back-to-back classes like that? Okay. Too high. What? That one went on too high? Wednesdays are my bad days. I shouldn't say they're bad days, they're good days, because I get to spend the whole day with my mom, which is always a good day. We have fun. And that's about the only day that she gets out of the house anymore. So she really looks forward to it and enjoys it. Oh, good night, Elf. Sleep tight. Hope those bed bugs don't bite. It's really kind of sad. I do have the store, Vicki. And it's scrapadabadoo.com. This year is the year. My mom's birthday is coming up at the end of the month. And this is the year that she needs to renew her driver's license. And she has decided that she is going to just get an ID card and that she's going to officially let go of her driver's license. They are the best days. So it'll be kind of a turning point. I mean, she hasn't driven at all for probably, I would say, the last 7 or 8 months. And, you know, you never want to have to tell them that it's time to give it up. You know, you just kind of hope that, I mean, there's some people that are very stubborn, like my dad. He was very stubborn and did not want to give up his driver's license after he had his stroke. But we had to have the state patrol tell him that he was not to drive anymore. But Mom's just kind of done it on her own. And has decided that she just doesn't feel comfortable driving anymore. And she's keeping her car. because she hates getting in and out of my SUV. Oh, sorry about that. So when you order from the store, you just have to be aware that there is no shipping on Wednesdays. I ship Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And sometimes if we don't have anything to do Saturday morning or aren't busy, there are some times that I'll go ahead and get packages out on Saturday morning. So as you can see, even with all of the papers that we've put on here so far, I mean, this book still has room to expand, so it's a great little album. All kinds of room in it. That's a good idea. I think, yeah, that's where they get to the point. But, I mean, some people, my mom and I, years ago, in fact, I was pregnant with my first son, so that was back in 77. We got hit. We were sitting at a stoplight, and we got hit by a gentleman that was in his 90s and should not have been driving, but decided he wasn't going to give up his license until they made him. And he didn't see the light turn red, and so he hit the guy in front of him and careened off of that car and bounced over into us and hit us head on. And it was kind of scary. And I suppose he gave up his license after that. Vicky, are you on an iPad? If you're on an iPad, you don't get PMs. Oh my gosh. These pages are so cute. I got 2 more to go. I love these little babies. So Vicky, if you click over if you go over to the right hand side and right by chat, and if you put your mouse there, you'll see a few different icons. You'll see one that has like people on it, and if you click on that, then you should have a message. Or are you sending a message on Facebook? Uh-oh. I missed. I need 2 more papers. Well, dagnabbit. Looks like we'll have to repeat one of them. And in reality, if you were going to keep going, you could get this book done in a whole day. If you had the whole day to craft, this would definitely be doable all in one day. What do you think? Oh, wait, did I miss one? Okay, am I seeing things, people? Okay, let's go through it slow. We got that one. And then we've got those with the polka dots. Oh, and then we've got the marbled one. And then we have our waterfall. Then we've got our balloon. Yep, we've got a blank spot right here. Let's get it filled. I think we're going to go with the polka dots again, because they're back far enough. We'll go 1 polka dot, and we'll see if I can get 1 blue, so it's a little bit different. Okay? Let's see if I can get them out of there. Looks like I'm just gonna be able to make it. Nope. Nope. Looks like we're doing polka dots, people. So with this one, it's not going to matter when we chomp it, because you can turn them over. Get them inked and on, and then we'll be right at our 2 hours. Boy, it goes by so fast. Seems like we barely get started and it's time to go. Oh, heavens. I cut this way too short. Okay. That's what happens when you hurry. So I will have to recut them, but we are going with the polka dots. I managed to cut them at 3.5. So we will wait. I'll get those put on after a while, but so far, here's a recap of what we did. We've got the cover a little bit decorated. I think we might have to add some more to it. Bye, Stephen. Take care. Thanks for coming. And then we added our waterfall page here, which we'll go back and decorate. And then we've got the roses. And then we got the cute bunnies. And then we got the polka dots. And then a blue with our second set of waterfall pages. I love those waterfalls. They are just absolutely perfect for this album. Simply perfection. And then we've got a wood grain. And we've got the babies in the diaper. Well, there's another. Oh, there's my blank set. This one we're going to do the polka dots on. And then we've got this one with the hot air balloon, which is really cute. And our third set of waterfalls. Then we've got the marbled, the blue polka dots, the squiggle, and then we've got our Oh Baby with the blue on the back. And then we've got our back cover. So that's a good start for today. And we tied the spine with the silk ribbon, which is available in the store. And then we'll go back and add some Gitchy Goos to the album so that it jingles and jangles and all that good stuff. So thank you all for joining me. I'm going to get this cleaned up and go finish up the newsletter. All of these products are currently available at www.scrapadabadoo.com, and that's SCRAPADABADOO.com. Hope you had fun, and I will see you possibly after Gwen's show next week. And if not, then I will see you in 2 weeks. Have a great night. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.